All right, so the last story here, Heritage Foundation plan to crush the pro-Palestinian movement. So this article is from the New York Times from a few days ago, and it's really interesting. So in late April, the Heritage Foundation dispatched a team to Israel to meet with power players in Israeli politics, including the country's foreign and defense secretaries and the U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee. The conservative Washington-based think tank is best known for spearheading Project 2025, a proposed blueprint for President Trump's second term that called for reshaping the federal government and an extreme expansion of presidential power. Now the Heritage contingent was in Israel in part to discuss another contentious policy paper, Project Esther, the foundation's proposal to rapidly dismantle the pro-Palestinian movement in the United States, along with its support at schools and universities, at progressive organizations, and in Congress. Drafted in the wake of Hamas's attack on Israel in 2023 and the mounting protests against the war in Gaza, Project Esther outlines an ambitious plan to fight anti-Semitism by branding a broad range of critics of Israel as effectively a terrorist support network so that they could be deported, defunded, sued, fired, expelled, ostracized, and otherwise excluded from what is considered open society. So obviously, they're not really trying to fight anti-Semitism here. They're trying to fight criticism of Israel. Project Esther's architects envisioned outcomes that at the time might have seemed far-fetched. Curriculum it believed to be sympathetic to a Hamas support narrative would be taken out of schools and universities, and supporting faculty would be removed. Social media would be purged of content deemed to be anti-Semitic. Institutions would lose public funding. Foreign students who pushed for Palestinian rights would have their visas revoked or be deported. And you see this woman here, Victoria Coates, this picture. She's a former deputy national security advisor and the vice president at the Heritage Foundation who oversees Project Esther. And I don't know if this is her home or her office, but you see this flag she's got here in the corner. It's half an American flag and half an Israeli flag. So these are the people that we're dealing with here. So then under this plan, once a sympathetic presidential administration was in place, the plan said that they would organize rapidly, take immediate action to stop the bleeding, and achieve all objectives within 2 years. Now, 4 months into Trump's presidency, Heritage Foundation leaders are taking an early victory lap. And this goes into, a lot of the things that have happened, that the Trump administration, trying to deport the critics of Israel, and the threatening the funding, taking funding away from these colleges because of the pro-Palestine protests. So they seem to be getting their way here, and they're trying to do more. If you look at this list here, they're talking about social media. I'm sure these people really want, things to change on X, on Instagram, places where people find, there is some, it seems like, I don't really know how much about Instagram, but I think they did kind of shadow ban a lot of the stuff from Gaza after like the first year or so. But yeah, this seems to be they're getting exactly what they want. The people who cooked up this plan.